What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope here, Rob Ricks. There's a there's a few people that I know that have been through horrendous shit in their life. I'm talking stuff that if it were ever turned into a fucking movie, people would be like, "Damn, motherfucker survived that shit." And they're not alone. They're not alone. There's a lot of atrocities that happen on a regular basis, and it's to these people this particular episode goes to. There is a thing like survivor's guilt where somebody goes through an event and they make it out, and maybe other people didn't, and then they feel guilty. They beat themselves up because, they're like, they feel bad because on the one hand, they're like, hell yeah, better me than you. But then they feel guilty for that thought process. And listen, guys, self-preservation is one of the most powerful instincts that a human being has. And to have a thought, better him than me or her than me, is a purely natural thing. And it's not something to feel guilty about because the self-preservation is saying, I'm relieved I didn't die. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is you got to learn to not let those past events shackle your soul, and prevent you from moving on. You need to be able to come to terms with the things that you've gone through and understand sometimes those horrible things are necessary to define the person that you are. And it shows how strong you are that you're able to survive it. I have a few friends that faced addiction, and they did horrible things. They were stuck. They were down in the deepest, darkest pits, but somehow they clawed their ways out. They clawed their way out and kicked the addiction. And they still beat themselves up for the things that they did, but guys, it's not, you could feel guilty for what you did, but don't let it stop you from living. I have people that I care deeply for that just can't forgive themselves, and they can't acknowledge the fact that some of the things that happened to them weren't their fault. They had no control over what happened. And they feel horrible. They just can't move on. They're so stuck. And I wish there's a way I could just reach into their mind and grab those events and erase it. But then I realize that's a foolish thought because we are the sum of the events that we have gone through that shape us into what we are now. So I embrace all the bad shit I've been through because those events shaped who I am, my thought process, why I do things the way I do. And I am a firm believer that everything happens for a very specific reason. Even I, though, look at some of the stuff that my friends have gone through and family have gone through and go, wow, that's a lot. That's a tall order, man. That's a lot for somebody to carry on their back. But it all starts with them saying to themselves, it was horrible what I went through, but I survived it. And I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be able to find peace. A lot of these folks, they're tormented. They can't handle the dark rooms alone. They need stuff to keep them occupied and busy so they don't have to think. But then when the calmness comes and the silence comes, the demons come and they're fucked up. It's just too much. So breaks my heart. I wish there was something I could do. But I know the only person that can help change that situation is themselves. They have to be able to look at it and say, it was fucked up. It was horrible. But I survived it. And I'm alive. And I'm worth it. So it's frustrating to me because some of these folks, I'm trying to drag along on the path of positivity that I'm going, because it's yielding so much for me. It's impacting my life so profoundly that I really want to grab as many motherfuckers and bring them with me. Like, I want to just grab one, tell them to grab one, and we all just fucking ride together. But it's like this. I'm going forward and they're going backwards, and I can't do it. I can't drag them with me. I can't get their minds to see you survived. You are in control of your future. Regardless of what stage you are in your life, you can change starting right fucking now. Right now. But sometimes you just can't get through to them. You just can't. And sometimes you just have to acknowledge that yourself. And then you have to say it to yourself. I tried. I did everything I could. But I can't drag them if they won't come. And then acknowledge it. And then deal with the pain that you get from not being able to save that person. And not have that survivor's guilt. Right? Because it's the same thing. You know, you can say, well, better them than me. And now we're full circle. And now I feel guilty for having that thought. Anyway, I just want to share that with you and give you guys some perspective, because, you know, that's the kind of shit that I think about. And I really want to help. But sometimes you just can't until the person themselves want to help themselves. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you like it, please subscribe, tell all your friends. Till next time.